Alright, here we go. We're doing some commentary for this amazing tournament. This is just a match and I'm watching the final. So we got Delirium versus Dry Turtle. Delirium has a 1-1 flyer that can only block creatures with flying, but Delirium counters with a different 1-1 creature that can bounce things, turn cards in hand into counter spells. That's what spell shapers they do. They turn cards in your hand into other cards that are iconic spells. This is a different spell shaper which counters spells or ability that target creatures. Basically hexproofy stuff. Excellent, excellent. So we can hexproof from this side over here. Ah, good. Creatures you control get +0/+1 and have reach. That's a pretty important enchantment to get up here. Now this flying man looks like a flying joke, am I right? Anyway, whatever. So, but unfortunately it's countered by the Devout Witness, which can destroy the terrible enchantment. Oh man, masques block, am I right? Yeah, well, this is just a little bit of practice recording before I get to the finals, which will be taking place at some point after this match. Well, not at some point after this match, like literally after this match. The finals will happen. This is not the finals. Neither of these players have a single match win yet. Okay, search for 2 forest cards. Put them on the battlefield. Not tapped. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Alright, we got a wall. The old wall. Alright, so this Devout Witness can take out the reach of the flying men, can put Dry Turtle back on an 18 turn clock. It looks like Dry Turtle is down a lot on time in this particular match. I don't know if Dry Turtle had an emergency employment with a squirrel or just a lot of difficult decisions. I'm not really sure what happened in the previous match, but it's pretty surprising to see that Dry Turtle is that low on time. I know he doesn't play like super fast, but neither does Delirium, I didn't think. I don't know. I definitely play faster than Delirium, that way. Anyway, he's got basically hexproof on, so Dry Turtle, if Dry Turtle has removal spells, I don't know if removal spells even exist in blue or green in Mercadian Masques. I honestly don't know much about the format, not having gotten to play it myself, but really look through all the commons or uncommons and basically just seeing spells as they pop up. But it does look like I wouldn't really say that either player has a massive advantage because, let's be honest, all that Delirium has going for him is a 17 o'clock with turn clock for Flying Men, which could become relevant, but also isn't that relevant. Okay, it's a 4-mana 3/3 creature that makes flying tokens. That makes sense. This seems like it's a little bit weaker with damage not on the stack because you can't just sacrifice it to make the 1/1. I don't know. I think I'd rather have a 3/3 than a 1/1 flyer, but you know, sometimes you're getting a removal spell pointed at your dude. I feel okay. I guess the point here is to hold up the bounce, but also it's kind of hard to like this just counters it, so I don't really think it's necessarily worth it. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice it unless you pay 1 for each card in your hand. But it's a 4/4 flying for 4. That's kind of ridiculous. Also, he's got the Diplomatic Escort. Now, this looks like a serious problem for Dry Turtle. I don't really know how he's going to deal with this because it has protection. This is basically Mother of Runes. Kind of. Basically, Mom protecting this 4/4 flyer that this doesn't really look beatable in any way. So I don't know who's winning, but I really don't see it. It looks kind of like a soft lock here. I mean, you've got 2 cards in hand, so that's basically 2 shots at protecting this. I mean, he has 5 lands, so all he really needs to do is keep paying. I mean, this is a very quick clock with flying, and I'm really just not. I don't know what cards are in the format, but Okay, so I guess the idea here is to try to bait Delirium into using the counter. Oh, wait, what? No, they gonna do bounce that one? Oh, I see. This is playing the Flowstone Thopter, which can block this Extravagant Spirit, so that definitely helps. Can now play an island to hold up the activation. Did Dry Turtle already play a land this turn? No, I guess I misunderstood the whether Dry Turtle had played land or not situation, but that means that this can't be blocked yet. It can't be blocked next turn. As of right now, the problem, of course, being that white creature is still in the hands, so it kind of, yeah, it's still threatening. I'm not going to replay it though. I'm going to play this Ramosian Sergeant. These are rebels. Search for rebel permanents and put them on the battlefield. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. The rebels go up and the mercenaries go down, which is kind of makes the rebels better, but yeah, I mean, I don't know how many rebels Delirium has in their deck, but this Flowstone Thopter is good for at least one turn of protection from this Extravagant Spirit here. Now, there's giant caterpillars coming in. I mean, there's only 1/1s to block it, so might as well. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample until end of turn. Unfortunately, that's a little bit too slow there. So it still has to pay 3 for this. Delirium really needs to draw some lands just to be able to get cards out of the hand here. Like, you can't really afford to activate Ramosian Sergeant because you just need to play cards. And also needs to hold up the Diplomatic Escort. I mean, I don't know if there's any removal spells that, you know, exist. Okay, so we're just gonna attack and potentially trade. I'm not really sure what's gonna happen here. Okay, well, this seems good for Dry Turtle. With the 4/4 flyer out of the way, it does very much seem like Dry Turtle has good chances here. I'm not sure if I would have gone for this trade. Maybe Delirium has some sort of trick here, but whoa, that's pretty wild. Not really sure what the point of this is. Maybe, oh, I see what's going to happen here. I think they're bouncing the counter guy so that he can play a combat trick on the Flowstone Thopter, which will allow it to still be alive. That is what I assume is going on right now. That's why I'm trying to bounce this, and Delirium also sees that with a dynamic uh-oh. Knows what's up, knows that he's in trouble, probably going to get an Invigorate on the Flowstone Thopter if I were to guess. That is a combat trick that if you have a forest you can pay only life, but otherwise it costs 3. I believe it gives +4/+4. No, it's actually not an Invigorate in the slightest. It is a Tire Clause, which doesn't actually do anything to... yeah, no, it doesn't actually... Oh, no, because this can also activate with the help of the Vine Trellis to get +1/+1 to everything. So now this survives. It cost the last card out of Dry Turtle's hand, which was just yet another island. So, yeah. Well, in other news, this is very much a scary threat now. However, Delirium does have an answer in hand, but it won't be online until the turn after this one. Plus, it wasn't Delirium's turn. So, yeah. Also, this is just not very many turn clock. You can basically just turn this into a 9/1, or if it's blocked, an 8/2, and since it has trample and flying, it can only be chumped by this, but that doesn't do anything, so it does look like Dry Turtle is going to win this game unless Delirium has some sort of special trick. That's one hell of a card has been declared about Flowstone Thopter, the 7 mana 4/4 of Doom. It's what, yeah, it's almost Shivan Dragon, sort of. Kind of, maybe. Not really, but hey, you know what? It's Mercadian Masques. You take what you can get, right? Alright, so that was an interesting match. Now the finals. The finals between Katmuzi and Hida. So here we have the finals. This is the actual finals. The people who are actually 2-0, not the people who are 0-1. So we have High has been declared. Good Luck Have Fun has been declared twice. They are really going at it with each other here with the insults being hurled. Good luck and have fun. This is a very intense game. Very, very high aggression from both players right from the get-go. Katmuzi is going to decide to take a mulligan. Hida says that he would rather have 7 cards in his hand because 7 cards is superior to 6 cards. That makes a lot of sense. I think I certainly take that view as well. Now, Katmuzi is playing the best color combination probably because I think that Rebels and Mercenaries is the only really thing that makes sense in this format to do exactly this Defiant Falcon can in fact make everyone happy by being a rebel and searching for more rebels. And then Hida is going to play 2 swamps and do nothing, which is fine because this is just a 2-mana 1/1 flyer. It's not exactly putting on the pressure. We are really good at playing 1/1s, but this 1/1 can at least search for things that are bigger than 1/1, so it's not like I'm saying it's a bad card. Anyway, we got, whenever this guy gets blocked, defending player discards a card. The defending player probably doesn't want to discard a card, so it's probably not going to get blocked for a while. No, it's just going to be killed by Vicious Hunger. It is really hungry. He looks like he's really hungry. He looks like he's going to eat his friends as well. They all ate each other. Vicious cycle of hunger. It was very, very disturbing to watch. Luckily, Magic the Gathering does have a filter to not display those animations. It is always turned on. You can't actually turn it off, but it is what happened. So now we have a really, really scary looking 2/2. That is probably the most scary looking 2/2 you'll ever see. I don't know why it's that scary, but also just a 2/2. But in any case, it is a mercenary. The problem with mercenaries compared to rebels, of course, is that they search things that are cheaper than them, and rebels search for things that are a little bit more expensive than them, which, doesn't make a whole ton of sense for team mercenaries, but it's okay. You take what you can get, right? At least it's card advantage. So anyway, there's not really been a lot of haymakers. We got 2 forms of card advantage. Each player has a way to search for cards, and they are instead just attacking, so they are not searching for anything. I mean, if we were playing, what's it called, the Time Spiral Remastered, then the rebels there's no mercenaries in that one, but the rebels you can search in that are really good, and you pretty much want to do it all the time. Probably the rest of the rebels you can search for in each of these players' decks are also pieces of crap, so, I guess they just don't really feel like doing it, although, I don't know, I mean, I don't really know what a 2-mana mercenary looks like, but I feel like I might have rather search for 1 rather than attack for 2. It doesn't seem like attacking for 2 is that relevant. Maybe Hida does not in fact have a 2-mana mercenary. That doesn't seem like a great reason to put a gray ogre in your deck, but I guess you can search for it with a different mercenary. This is basically a black vice on a creature. The Black Vice is not a very good card though, so that's fine. I guess I'm just putting the pedal to the metal, just slamming in with these huge gray ogres. But this one is actually going to search for a creature this time. I think it would have been better to do that last time, but it's okay. Now this Devout Witness looks a lot less powerful than the last one. See, the Devout Witness in the other game might have been able to, if instead of the thing, I shouldn't probably talk about the other game, which I don't even know if I'm going to be keeping the recording of, but anyway, yeah, never mind the strategy for the previous game. Alright, so we are searching up a mercenary. What amazing stuff will we be coming out here? Will it be a 1/1 flyer? No, it'll be a 2/2 can't block. That's, probably better than a 1/1 flyer in this spot, so there you go. Creatures you control have fear. Now that doesn't seem like a very good idea because it can just die immediately to this, but, might as well just attack with everything, maybe. I don't know. Perhaps just attack with these two and search for another mercenary. Okay, so this is going to get protection from black. That's pretty good. I don't really know if there's green removal. I still feel like there probably isn't, so seems like this Devout Witness is going to become basically invulnerable. That's going to kill the ability to do... That's going to be really, really, really good for Cat Muzi from my perspective here. Invigorate is like not really helpful. I don't even know if you use it to save your guy or if you just use it to, yeah, like saving your guy. I mean, who cares, right? It does never. You can't really attack anymore. I don't know. I don't really know if that was a very useful use of Invigorate, but this is going to be a very difficult game to win from Hida's perspective. Just having this enchantment remover that has protection from black is going to be very challenging to get through. Again, I don't know what the commons are like. I don't know what the green commons are like, or if there's a green removal spell. You probably isn't. It's not really a thing that happens in these older sets that green has any removal spells at all. But we'll see what happens. There's the 1/1 flyer I was talking about. Decides why I'd rather trade the 1/1 flyer for the 1/1 flyer. It is true that Cat Muzi does not really have any pressure to speak of, so there's certainly time for Hida to draw something. It is certainly not over for Hida. If the Devout Witness ever attacks, it really just... Also, if, ever Hida just slams that Fear enchantment down, yeah, it's not ideal because it can just be destroyed, but on the other hand, that also taps down the creature with protection from black, which does allow a big attack to get in. It may be better to... Oh. I may not be able to, yes, I don't know. Okay, hold on. Yeah, the Discord just made a noise. I'm not really sure. Okay, what is it? Signal coordination? Oh, it's an enchantment. Probably not going to be very useful here. I don't know what it does. I should probably find that out. Okay, so I didn't get to read it in time. Apparently, Hida has insubordination hand, or maybe Cat Muzi does. I think it was Hida, though. Presumably because it didn't get cast. It is an enchantment. It does something. It's another reason to play the Fear enchantment, though. Just, have another... Looking up what the card Insubordination does. is an enchant creature that makes the creature deals 2 damage to the creature's controller unless the creature attacks in a turn. So I do have, in fact, it got to go. So I guess my amazing recording is going to end here. Unfortunately, I did not get to finish my amazing recording, but hopefully this match really turns out to be a really wild spectacle. I mean, you can't really get more exciting than Mercadian Masques Limited, can you? I mean, this is wild stuff. Look at all the 2/2s just slamming into each other. Like, what a terrifying looking 2/2. This 2/2 is also pretty terrifying looking. This 2/2 is giving someone the come hither. It's actually 2/1, but you know, there you go. This looks a lot weaker than the 2/2s, but it's actually a 3/4. So you never really know what creatures' powers and toughnesses are. One of these creatures is going to die, but honestly, I don't think it matters. I think Hida does have a good chance here. Because the fear enchantment still exists. That's the thing that you gotta remember. Like, the fear enchantment doesn't give fear because it dies immediately, but what it does do is tap this guy to kill it, which means that, you know, it doesn't block. Like, what do you even do? You just play the thing, give everything fear. It's fine, right? Like, intimidation. Maybe it was just intimidation. Maybe there wasn't insubordination. Maybe I just read it. There is a card called insubordination in this set too. I don't know why there's so many long I-word enchantments. Yeah, so you can destroy it, but might as well still all have fear. It's not like they're being blocked. Yeah. Anyway, I think this game is over unless there is a wrath. That was that game. Peace out.